Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Survival Minecraft. My name is Cloudfeet, and today is an exciting day because we are getting organized, which we have been putting on for a very long time. So my item sorting system has three different types of output chests. The first type are the multiple item storage chests, where we can sort for a plethora of different types of items. And right upstairs, we have our bulk item storage where we're storing all of the things that we have way too many of and all the things that we're farming. So if the items make it all the way through the multi-item sorter and the bulk item storage area and they haven't been sorted anywhere, then they end up in these chests. Now you can see that I've already gone through and cleaned all of these out, but it's left me with all of these shulker boxes that are full of just miscellaneous items. So what I'm gonna do is go through and start filtering for all of these as well as just going through each one of these pillars and getting them all cleaned up. What? Who put this here? If you haven't seen this area before, this is the item filter room. So basically the way this works is we take an item and then we go identify the filter that we want to use to start filtering the items through, and we replace one of these blocker items with the item that we are trying to sort for. This is really one of my favorite rooms in the entire build. So I ended up pulling quite a bit of junk out of our item filters, but I also decided not to sort several of the things that we had in there, only because I think decisions have to be made to what level of granularity you want to go with, because the item filters only have so many slots. And as an example, I just kind of want to show you like the gold right here. There are so many different variations of gold that now, I mean, it's all the way across. If there's one more variation of gold, I don't have really anywhere to put it without my item filter looking incredibly cluttered. And I'm sure just looking at this filter, you can see that we're probably missing some of the variations of some of these minerals and metals and things. So I'm gonna leave some things out and just sort them by hand. Now that we have everything added to those item filters, we can just start throwing all these shulker boxes into the shulker box unloader, and they will go right into our item sorting system. And now that we got everything cleaned up, we can start getting to work on some other projects. And our next project is gonna take us somewhere that we have not been in quite a while. The surface of our island. So for a very long time now, I've had kind of a loose plan on what I wanted to do up here, and I think it's finally time to start putting that into action. So we got everything flattened out, and the next thing I want to start working on is putting up a big building on top of here and get some sort of superstructure built on the top of the island. This is kind of one of the more exciting parts. We've been working underground for like 4 years, so this is going to be awesome. But before we can start building anything here, we've got to gather up a bunch of materials. So that's where we're headed. All right, so I started gathering up some cobbled Deepslate for this build, and I realized pretty quickly into that I didn't really have a mine or anywhere to gather this stuff up, so I went ahead and built this. And you know, I didn't put a whole lot of effort into getting it really detailed out and really looking nice, but I did dig a mine shaft all the way down to bedrock, and you can see the spiral staircase going down here, and 2 tunnels going out, and just a little area to mine out Deepslate that is a little bit nicer than just a hole in the ground, so that we have, you know, finished spaces instead of just gross looking unfinished spaces, right? Trying to make every part of this world look nice. So pretty cool, I thought. Now that we're done gathering up Deepslate, it's time to go gather up a bunch of blackstone. So now we're off to the nether. So we gathered up some blackstone, but no fancy mine here in the nether. And with all those materials, we were able to build this. Now, I know there are quite a few details that are missing and quite a few things that we still need to work on, but I think it's coming together pretty nice. So the build essentially has 3 different parts. We have the big temple area, and this is going to be like a place where I think it's going to be like a temple to slimes or maybe something else. I'm not 100% sure. Then we have this courtyard area, and then we have the monk quarters. So essentially this is where I'm going to put a bunch of clerics and build some beds, and this is where they're going to live. But I haven't done a lot of the detailing yet, And so you can see that it needs quite a bit more work. And I haven't done the backs of this. So we'll get there slowly but surely. But I got tired of working on that, and I noticed that my bamboo farm was no longer working. And you can probably see why, because half of the flying machine is missing. You'll also notice that the bamboo stops growing at a certain level because the light levels are so low. So maybe we should fix that. So I had these shroom lights in here and they were covered with moss carpets. I thought that would provide enough light to make the bamboo grow all the way to the top. It was reducing the rates because I have mine carts underneath here picking up all the bamboo, and so those carpets were preventing the mine carts from picking up the bamboo. So I tore out all the bamboo and I started hanging lanterns in here, and I don't think this is the design I would have gone with if I was doing this entire farm over, but when you're having to retcon things like this, you kind of just do what you can with what you have. I also added these pillars into the walls just to give the walls a bit more texture and kind of make it look a little bit nicer in here. And then I added this doorway down underneath this big window because I've had to come in here quite a bit and I was basically just walking through a hole in the window. I started to replant all the bamboo, and I also got the flying machine fixed. And everything is finished up and working like it's supposed to. The last thing I wanted to show you was the collection system. I upgraded it a bit as well. And so if you look right here, all the way down this line, we have hopper mine carts underneath trap doors like that. And so all we got to do is put... Oh, I got to go get more rails. All I got to do is put those rails back and that should work. Exactly like it's supposed to. And I broke it. Cool. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, maybe watch something else on my channel. Or like, subscribe, any of that. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think I should work on next. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you hated. All those things. Either way, my name is Clownfeet. Bye.